morning, California Democrats. You look terrific. Let me begin by thanking Chairman Burton and the Democratic officials and each and every single one of you. We had a huge victory in November. We're turning this state and we're turning this country around, and it's because of you. So from the very bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Now, I used to look out about this side at this convention every year, and I used to look for our friend Helen Doherty. Many of us know Helen. She was a dear, dear friend, a longtime member of the Cherokee Nation. She was a passionate delegate. She led with purpose, and her religion, as many of her friends said and many of you know, was all things Democrat. But even more important to her, she was a teacher for 3 decades, and she had this deep love for her students, who she called her kids. She never gave up on her kids, even though others did. She would take the wards of the court when they were left out. She was symbolic of each and every single one of us. She was symbolic of California's fighting spirit. Not understanding Californians like you or Helen, nor California itself, critics and naysayers have written California's obituary. Incorrectly, I add with an underscore. They called us the laughingstock of America, the bankrupt state, the state that lost its luster. We have heard it all, and we know we're gonna prove them wrong. From the gold rush to the home of motion pictures, to the personal computer, California has always looked over the horizon, not over our shoulder. We are not content with competing with Texas or other states, because we know when we compete with our own imaginations. We always set our sights higher than others do. And yes, we do have challenges, but we have and we will continue to overcome them. In 2009, in the midst of the worst and most complex cash crisis in the state's history, a truth was made clear. A hair's width from financial collapse, in our very fateful moment, I did what every single one of you Democrats in this room would have done. I fought for California to the bitter end, and that's why we prevailed. And I want to continue that work, and I want to follow my friend Bill Lockyer to the Treasurer's office. Sarah, Emily, Brandon, Jacob, Madeline, and my good friend Otto Lee, who's out here somewhere, his daughter Aubriana, are the 6 children that I think about when I think about California's future. They're my 6 godchildren. Latina, biracial, Asian American. They're some of the faces of California. This state still captures the imagination of people unlike any other state. But we know that progress does not come easily. To change is to face resistance. That's why California is always the leader, because we're willing to take that challenge. California continues to push the frontier for a better humankind. The pursuit of excellence has and will be our North Star. So our march continues to provide a world-class education for every child, universal access to affordable and quality healthcare for every human being, a thriving business environment for entrepreneurs to flourish, high quality and well-paying jobs for California's middle class, and yes, a supportive place for anyone to marry who they love. That's why we're different. For a state to be great, it must not only be economically vibrant, it must be just. Freedom and opportunity abound in California, and that's why they're wrong. California is still the Golden State. Helen's dreams didn't fade when we passed away. They live brightly in each and every one of us as we build a brighter future. California, we've turned the corner. Thank you, California Democrats. Thank you, party leadership. Support DEM 2014. And then for 2014, we are fired up, and repeat after me, ready to go. Thank you, California.
Oh, as long as I got my suit.